Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to take a look at the build of the week, the Namekians in, well, basically the red zone. Now the thing is the Namekians can actually do red zone, it's just that their selection of units is super duper small. So I just kind of wanted to showcase one of the red zones whereby they're solid in, but it is still difficult for them. One of the reasons being finding a friend Piccolo, so a friend physical Piccolo, is nigh on impossible, which does make some difficulties with the team. Namekians is not a super popular category. Piccolo leads worthy rivals, which is also not super popular, so it is quite difficult to run him. Now if like Int Junior or Tech Power Awakening Piccolo, if you could run two of those units instead as your leads, then you'd be in a much better situation. You can technically, but then you lose out on some of the really good options, so it is kind of like a catch-22. I think they need to bring out a 200% Namekians lead at some point, hopefully whenever they release Giant Form Piccolo or something like that. But they need a 200% Namekians lead. That's basically one of the only things that's going to be able to truly push the category forward and enable you to run all these solid units together. Because if you've got doubled Easy Aid Physical Piccolo, and then you maybe have one more new unit, and then you have the Junior, you have the Strength Piccolo, you have Piccolo Power Awakening, then all of a sudden like things are looking really good and everything runs really smoothly together. It's just before that where things can get a little bit tight and basically like can get a little bit rough. So it's one of those things. Overall the team is pretty interesting. I can't wait for this Nail to get a Easy A. I think it's one of the Easy A's I'm like most excited for. Nail's like top performance is really good still. He just needs a little bit of a stat boost, and he just needs a bit of a change. I think the 10% threshold's a bit low for his damage reduction. If they change that from 10% just to 30% starting point and they give him an Easy A stats boost, he's basically usable as is, because it's just pretty crazy. I mean, the fact that he can still get to like 300k defense quite easily is just very impressive. He's a very coolly designed unit, and I just really wish that they would bloody Easy A this guy so well. Like I think his Easy A is one of the most hyped things that could happen for the Namekians, and would basically allow you to run the category quite well. I do think it needs a couple more adjustments after that. Like I said, one more lead, 200% leads definitely required. But overall, the category is good. In terms of red zones, I think it has a decent shot. Probably Broly is its best, just due to typings and the way it matches up. I think the team would do pretty well against Broly. A little bit of a longer fight. Piccolo can stack, or both physical Piccolos can stack. You also have the Intimate Junior not having type disadvantage, and you also have Piccolo Power Awakening, he's got type advantage in the final stage. So I think Broly is probably the best stage to try him in, but I did just want to try out this stage and see how things go. I think overall the team's a lot of fun, and I think that there's definitely room for this team to be something really good. It's just that they just need like a little bit of a push, tiny bit of a push in the right direction, and then I think things will move quite smoothly for this team. I think Nails Easy A, one more good Namekians unit, like one good free-to-play unit would be nice. Like one really solid free-to-play unit would be really awesome. A really strong Demon King Piccolo or something would also be great, but I don't think you need much because the core team is so strong. But I think if you need more lead options, is the main thing, because right now you only have physical Piccolo, and he's just very hard to find. So you can get like a tech Power Awakening Piccolo type unit, one that people really like to run. He's got a great, secondary or primary leader skill, and you just make the Namekians the secondary leader skill, then I think you'll be sitting with a pretty good unit, at least from my perspective. But yeah, that's realistically, honestly, that's about it. There's not too much else really more to mention. I think at the end of the day, really good stuff. And yeah, the team, they do struggle at times, but I think overall they're a lot of fun. I think they're a couple tweaks away from being a really awesome Namekians based red zone team. So it's just going to depend a little bit on your luck. But yeah, I would say overall it's a lot of fun, and you should definitely try them, especially if you've got some of the core components. I think a lot of people who like Piccolo will have some of these guys at Rainbow with one dupe, etc. And I think then you'll see them perform really well. I just think there's a very small barrier of entry to this team because of how few units there are. But it's still a lot of fun, and I really like it, and it's 1 or 2 tweaks away from being a super duper fun team that can just basically not crush, but just has very fun builds, very fun makeups to the team, and yeah, can just do a lot of really good work. So super excited to see where it goes. We'll have to take a look in future, but honestly I'd have to say that I do like this team a lot, and I'm just waiting for 1 or more tweaks to really bring it together. That's it from me. Bye.